Well, hello dear viewers and welcome back to my channel. Today I will rank Ultima Games from worst to best. And just to warn you, I'm including such games as Akalabes, The World of Doom, well, because quite frankly without this game we would not have Ultima Games, and Underworld Ascendant, well, because it is part of the Ultima Underworld series. However, I am excluding games like Ultima Online and Shroud of the Avatar. I will talk about those games at some point in the future, but I have not decided in which format I want to talk about them yet. I also did not want to make this just my opinion, so I scoured over online top Ultima lists and forums and also looked up the game scores, so hopefully I will be as impartial and unbiased as I can be. Let's jam! Underworld Ascendant opens up our list as number 19. I already said in my review that I do not think all the hate this game gets is really deserved, but it's still rated lowest on our list. Other Side Entertainment's 2018 release has a very unique gameplay. It's concentrated more on dungeon crawling and problem solving. Best part is you can play this game in your own style. Avatar is summoned to Stygian Abyss by Sir Kaberus to defeat evil Typhon, the father of beasts. It's cool to be back in Stygian Abyss, but unlike other Underworld games on this list, it lacks storytelling and immersiveness, which is quite a drag down for this immersive sim. And coming in at number 18, Ultima Escape from Mount Dresh is our next entry, one of the most obscure games created by Keith Zabulawi. Game was released in 1983 by Sierra Online. It is very simple but fun dungeon crawler with pretty good battle system. Our hero is imprisoned by evil Garintrods in the last level of the dungeon, so you need to get out. As you advance in higher and higher levels, the harder the game gets. It is a very interesting game, but at the same time it's very hard to run this game as old as it is. Ultima Runes of Virtue 2, sequel to the first game on Game Boy, gets this spot. Released in 1993 by Origin Systems, it is a bit weird that this game is rated lower than the first game in the series, since it has significant improvements from Ultima Runes of Virtue 1. The opening cinematic, for example, full map of Britannia, moon gates, well, it is a full-fledged Ultima game. Basically, Black Knight kidnaps mayors of different cities. You're playing as one of Avatar's companions and are tasked to defeat Black Knight and free kidnapped lords, while solving puzzles and getting cool items. This game is every single Ultima game should be on Game Boy. And coming in at number 16, Ultima IX The Ascension, released in 1999 by Electronic Arts. The Avatar must finally confront Guardian for his final showdown and purify now corrupted virtues. Unfortunately, game has a lot of issues. In fact, I was surprised it did not get the last place. The game is completely bugged, completely rewrites end of Ultima 8 and makes too many mistakes within the Ultima lore. I guess there are some positives as well. The game is fully voiced, and it's really nice to say final farewells to your companions.
Farewell, old friend.
See you in the different world. Ultima Runes of Virtue 1 makes spot number 15. It is released in 1992 by Origin Systems on Game Boy. Runes of Virtue 1 is simpler version of Runes of Virtue 2. This time, Black Knight steals runes of 8 virtues. In this one, you play as Avatar's companions, as in second game, and solve same kind of puzzles while fighting monsters, clearing out the dungeons. All in all, it is a fun game, definitely recommend it as well. Number 14 on this list is Where It All Began, A Calabas, The World of Doom, released in 1979 by very young Richard Garriott, and then re-released by California Pacific Computer Company. A Calabas is a very fun dungeon crawler. Basically, you're tasked to kill 10 monsters. After fulfilling your quest, you become a knight. There is not much to talk about. This is a pretty simple game, but to be honest with you, it is tons of fun. Number 13, Ultima VIII Pagan. Being released in 1994 by EA-owned Origin, Ultima VIII is game with lot of potential. Unfortunately, game was released very prematurely, so it is basically unfinished. Ultima VIII throws Avatar into world of Pagan, world destroyed by Guardian. Avatar is trying to get back in Britannia before Guardian destroys it. I have to say, setting is enjoyable, and magic system is awesome. If only this game was finished, it would probably make it as high as top 5, but as it is, number 13 has to do. Ultima II Revenge of the Enchantress, released in 1992 by Sierra Online, takes spot number 12. It is game based on time bandits. You face Mundane's wrathful lover, Minax, who manipulates timelines to get to you. This game actually takes place on Earth. It is basically a time-traveling story, but execution is a bit sloppy, leveling up system is a bit lacking. I'm surprised this game made so high, to be honest, but at the same time I have to say I did have a lot of fun playing it. And number 11, Worlds of Ultima Savage Empire, a spin-off game released in 1990 by Origin Systems. Worlds of Ultima was an attempt by Origin Systems to save money. Savage Empire is one of the funnest games I've ever played. It takes place in the world of Eden, which has a serious Mesoamerican influences. Savage Empire puts you in jungle environment filled with exotic animals, tribes, dinosaurs, even Neanderthals. The game has excellent crafting system and mechanics. You play as Avatar and are sent here by Lord British to investigate anomaly that occurred during experiment with obsidian moonstones. I would definitely recommend playing this one to you. It is free on GOG, so nothing's in your way to play it. At number 10, we follow up with a sequel, Ultima Worlds of Adventure 2 Marsian Dreams, released in 1991 by Origin Systems. It takes place, well, you guessed it, on Mars. It is an excellent game with very original story. Avatar travels to the past during Victorian era so he can fly to the Mars and save famous people who are stranded there. Mars itself is an amazing place, populated with plant-based life forms, dream machine that allows you to travel into the dreams. It is an awesome game, very creative, and what's best about it is, like Savage Empire, it is free on GOG, so you got nothing to lose. Ultima I First Age of Darkness, released in 1989 by California Pacific Computer Company, is a very fun adventure game. It mixes up sword and sorcery with the science fiction. Evil wizard Mundane terrorizes world of Caesarea. You are a hero who is summoned to defeat him. There is not much to be said about this game, other than at some point you need to fly to the space to become a space ace. I mean, it's a very odd choice in medieval setting, but at the same time, this is a fun game, and I would definitely recommend the madness that is Ultima I, First Age of Darkness. Ultima III Exodus is a full-fledged RPG, one of the first of its kind, and it takes spot number 8 on our list. It is actually first Ultima game released by Origin Systems. Released in 1983, Mundane and Minax had a prodigy, Exodus, and he's planning to take vengeance. This is a true adventure game. Battle system is awesome. You can choose through many different classes. While lacking in story a bit, Ultima 3 is a great game and certainly deserves this spot. Number 7 on our list is Ultima Underworld 2 Labyrinth of Worlds. Released in 1993 by legendary Looking Glass Studios, Paul Neuras's Underworld 2 is an improved version of Ultima Underworld 1. I am surprised it made lower than the first game. Even the story is more interwoven within the Ultima lore. The Guardian is the main villain here. In this game, you can choose through 8 different classes. A magic system uses runes. You can cast different spells by combination of different runes. Guardian traps Avatar and his companions in the castle of Lord British. Under British's castle, there is a teleporter that leads to different worlds. Avatar basically needs to break Guardian's hold on each of them. It is a very cool game, with each world being very unique and having a lot of unique and cool NPCs to interact with. Unfortunately, the game was released too quick after the first, so the sales kinda were damaged by it. This is a really good game, and it's a shame we could not get more Underworld games until 2018. Speaking of which, Ultima Underworld 1 Stygian Abyss made to number 6, released in 1992 by Blue Sky Production. It is very similar to Underworld 2, same classes and same magic system. This time you are thrown into the Stygian Abyss to rescue Baron's daughter. While you do this, you can interact with different factions and inhabitants of Underworld. You can also explore a lot of lore and unique places in Stygian Abyss. Without this game, we would not have such games as Elder Scrolls, so some might even argue that this game actually deserves higher spot on this list, and quite frankly, with this kind of legacy, it's very hard to argue. Number 5, my personal favorite, Ultima VI The False Prophet, released in 1990 by Origin Systems. Ultima VI is quite a thought-provoking game, questioning what is humanity, how do we treat different civilizations, and what is true duty of the Avatar. Gargoyles take over the shrines of virtues, and they are trying to kill Avatar. The game follows Avatar and his companions, trying to stop the gargoyles and decipher prophecy in gargoyle language. It also helps that game has very good magic system. It is definitely recommended by me. Number 4 is Ultima V Warriors of Destiny, released in 1988 by Origin Systems. This game is a great follow-up to Ultima IV Quest for Avatar. The set virtues from Ultima IV are completely twisted in Ultima V. Lord British is gone, and in his stead, Lord Blackthorn takes over. Corrupted by evil shadow lords, Blackthorn enforces the virtues by sword. People are terribly punished for not following virtues. Avatar must release Lord British, who is trapped in Stygian Abyss. The whole world feels very alive, with secret organizations like rebels who are trying to overthrow Blackthorn, and oppression agents who are trying to weed them out, and wizards who hold secret words that can unlock all the dungeons. This game even inspired 2 novels, and I will get to them very soon. Ultima VII Part 2 Serpent Isles opens up our top 3. It was released in 1993 by Origin Systems. Serpent Isles is set in, well, Serpent Isles, where Lord British has exiled people unwilling to live under his rule. People here believe in corrupted versions of truth, love and courage. What's interesting is that this new civilization is built upon an older Ophidian civilization who worshipped 3 serpents: Serpent of Order, Chaos and Balance. The Balance Serpent was ripped out by Exodus, which caused the war between forces of Order and forces of Chaos. Order Serpent kills Chaos Serpent, which causes world to collapse. Avatar and his companions try to restore 3 serpents while trying to stop Guardian and battling. Ultima VII Part 2 is long and very emotional game. With many twists and turns and many sacrifices are made to restore serpents. This game is a masterpiece and must play if you are an RPG fan. And number 2 spot goes to Ultima IV Quest of the Avatar, released in 1984 by Origin Systems. Quest of the Avatar is magnum opus of Richard Garriott. This game seemingly doesn't even give us a typical story of RPGs to save the world and defeat big bad evil, but in reality it does, since Richard noticed from fans' letters that players acted worse than the villains, so he decided that game should be aimed at bettering the player. Ultima IV is a true quest of enlightenment, and if you will steal, kill the innocent, flee from the enemies, and so on, you will never complete this game. If you are an RPG fan, you must play it. It is very hard to put it in the words unless you actually experience Ultima 4. And finally, the long-awaited number 1, Ultima VII The Black Gate. This game introduces the iconic villain of Ultima series, the Guardian. This is a brilliant game, and it is very easy to see why it made a number 1 spot. From great magic system to even awesomer story, Avatar is pitted against the World Destroyer, the Guardian, who through his henchmen battling creates a cult, Fellowship. The game starts with ritualistic murder investigation, which sends you on a chase throughout Britannia. More than that, game's expansion Forge of Virtue is one of the best expansions ever created. After completing this expansion, you will get a demon sword that can kill anyone with a sword. This is an exceptional game, and first place is indeed well deserved. Well, this ends our top 19 list. Please write down in the comments below what is your favorite Ultima game, and thanks for watching. Shout out to my brand new subscriber, Moody Dude. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to leave a comment. Thank you very much.